countdown is on. Let's go ahead and play our lovely vibes.
Welcome. What's
Welcome.
up, Tom? Jason, good to see you, brother.
You too, Andrew.
Welcome in. What's up, Lauren? Good to see you. Marlon, Marley. So today we have something very special that I want to do for you guys. We're going to, as soon as the countdown timer's done and all of you guys are in here, we're going to be going live with Market Update as usual. And then we're going to be diving into some live seller calls and something we've not done before. And Jason and I were chatting. Jason's one of our Freedom Life family. And somebody, you guys definitely want to get to know. Jason is just crushing it in the business and has been. And we was talking about role playing, improving on the phones. And I said, do you mind if we do that on Zoom with others in? And he said, sure. And so we're going to do a role playing session, and we're gonna trip each other up and see if we've got the answers or not. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. How you feeling about it, Jason?
Ready to go.
Ready to go. That's what I'm talking about.
I think this is a weakness for me, so any opportunity to train and improve and get some technical pointers from a master at it, I'm all for it.
Heck yeah. Way to go.
That's a nice
Are we
bonus.
live?
We are.
Stephanie?
We are. Countdown is on.
Ooh, that's cool. All right. Wonderful.
We've got Miss Laura Lee in the house. Welcome. Reggie Crawford and Sharon. Hello. Coming in on the YouTube. Hey, let's go. Welcome back.
Type in the chat. I want to hear a win from you guys. What's a win on this beautiful Wednesday? What's something that's a win? Maybe it's you woke up. Maybe it's you drunk water. Maybe you negotiated a deal already. Maybe it's that you're on the Deal Room Live. What's a win in your world, Stephanie?
I am fully nourished. I've got about 4,000 steps today already in. Just getting started. I try to hit about 10K every day. I had my breakfast, my lunch. We do meal prep Sundays. It's a service here in San Diego. Yeah. So it was really nice.
We do as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was really nice just opening up the fridge and already hitting 40 grams of protein. I'm a nerd.
Yeah. I like that. Lori Kling. Hello there. Miss Jackson from Colorado. Welcome.
Yeah.
Jason's almost done rehabbing the Thornton property. Way to go, brother. That's big progress.
Lynette submitted a property information sheet. Oh, that's Lynette from last week. Hey, Lynette, I know you.
Good to see you, Lynette. Mike is in the house. Sarah. Heather. Tracy, what's up? Laura Lee. Marlon. Hello, Marilyn. Nice to see you again. Diana. Good to see you. Steve. Got the crew. Mr. Devin. You always got a cool background going on, Devin. It's like, I don't know if you just got, like, you own 7 coffee shops or what, but it's pretty fire. Sean's in the house. We've got quite a few leads. I'm going to actually look through the leads today.
Yeah. I like Drew's comment. Debt free for 15 years. Let's go.
That's awesome, Drew. And you got a good name, too.
Oh, Sean. Hello, family. 2 deals, meeting to offer on one tomorrow. 3 meetings set up next week for the other offers. Let's go.
Whoa. You're on fire, brother. All right. So today we have leads from Kay, from Lauren, from Diana, from Devin, from Laura Lee, from Michael, from Christopher, Belleville, Illinois. That's my old stomping ground. I grew up in Belle Rive, Illinois. Joe and Judith.
Alrighty. Okay. 3 minutes, and then I'm going to kick it over to you, sir.
Boom. We live? We good?
You are good to go.
Awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is the Deal Room Live. If you are on YouTube, if you are brand new, if this is your first time here, just put a 1 in the chat. If you've been here before, as I see some of you, Susie and Darylyn, of course, Reggie and Sharon, you're part of the family. If you've been here before, put a 2 in the chat. If you've been here before, put a 2. If you're brand new, put a 1. Got to see who's in the house. We are getting ready to dive in to Wednesday Deal Room. What is the Deal Room? Every Wednesday, we go live on Zoom with our coaching family. And we go live and we start off with a market update. And then after a market update, we do some live seller calls and different ones from the family, submit deals. And some weeks we're calling Tom's deals or Jason's deals or Lauren's deals and calling different ones of your deals. And then we dive into Hot Seat. And what a Hot Seat is I pick a different community member each week who comes up and we have a nice chat. We talk about life and business and whatever's going on in your business. And this week in that place, we are going to be doing a role play with the incredible Jason Hadaway, who you guys want to get to know. And he's doing deals out in the Denver, Colorado area and absolutely crushing it and always looking to hone his skills. Been in the family for several months now. And so we've got a jam-packed day. But starting off, the 2026 market update, we have had a crazy first half of January. A lot of things are happening in the news, never a slow news day. And I'm going to be sharing with you some notes I took down before this and some perspectives that you're going to want to be watching for. All right. And I see you, Deborah. Deborah's brand new. I'll shout out some of you who are brand new here. Welcome. Deborah is brand new. Jimmy's brand new. Rhodey is brand new. Heck yeah. All right. So get the energy up, get your coffee, get your hot tea, and let's get ready to make some magic happen. And I have a very exciting free gift for you guys that I'm going to be giving you guys before today is out as well. So 2026, what is happening in the second week of January? It's January 14th, and it has been a crazy week in the housing market. Mortgage rates briefly touched in the 5.99%, which is the lowest that we've seen in several years. And when the announcement came, President Trump announced that he was going to have Fannie and Freddie to purchase $200 billion of mortgage bonds. That totally rewrites the rules of the game. They already hold $225 billion. That takes them up nearly to their max. And rates reacted accordingly. So first, mortgage rates are shifting. As some of you have heard me say, we're in a time where about 5.5 million people have been pushed out of the purchasing market due to housing affordability, meaning they could go buy a home if rates were below 5%. If rates touched 5%, they could then afford a payment on a home. But with 6 and 7% rates, they haven't been able to qualify. So that causes pent-up demand of about 5.5 million buyers. Now, watch this. You've heard me say this. 842,000 houses that are on the market for sale this week, which is a fairly low inventory, if you think about it. And 5.5 million people coming back into the marketplace if rates hit 5%. What do you think happens to housing prices? Of course, they rise. So I want to set that as the foundation. So keeping that in mind and keeping in mind that the president is a real estate guy, a real estate developer, and someone who has had his eyes set, especially the last few weeks and couple months on housing, he's threw out an idea of 50-year mortgage, a 10% cap on credit card interest rates, and talked about suing Powell. Now Powell is under investigation, which Jerome Powell is out anyway when it comes to May. And now with the $200 billion bond purchase and what's going on there, we're in very unique but exciting times. All right. So I want to share with you, can we pull up that video real quick, Stephanie? I want to share that quick 30-second news blip with everyone.
You got it. Here we go.
The average rate on the popular 30-year fixed mortgage dropped 22 basis points to 5.99%. It hasn't been that low since the start of February 2023, and that's according to Mortgage News Daily. This came after President Trump posted on social media Thursday that he is instructing mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion in mortgage-backed bonds, or so-called MBS. He said this will drive mortgage rates down, monthly payments down, and make the cost of owning a home more affordable.
Boom. Now, I wanted to show you that because that's news from the week. And secondly, because Stephanie is amazing and she can now play videos for us. And I just wanted to do that. Okay. Everybody having fun with that? You liking this new produced show? Just give me a yes in the chat if the production's making this feel like it's leveled up a bit. We're gonna be talking about ways that we make this even more awesome as we're calling your leads going forward. All right. So on Friday, January 10th, last Friday, rates hit 5.99%. And that's down from 7.26% in December of 2024. So that's a big, big shift. On a $450,000 property, which you guys know we don't buy houses the traditional way, but if someone is, $450,000 property, talking about affordability, at 7%, that's a $2,300, almost $2,400 a month payment. And you're at $2,187 at a 6.16 rate. That's a big difference, $2,400 a year in savings for a regular family. So that's a game changer when it comes to affordability. Looking at what can happen in the months ahead, there is a lot of predictions going around that there's going to be at least 2, maybe 3 rate drops over the next few months. And I believe that we're going to see that. Again, Jerome Powell's facing a lot of pressure, and even no matter what decisions he makes, by May he's out anyway, and who knows? Stay tuned, he may be out sooner. So what's really going on is Trump and the administration no doubt wants affordability, housing affordability, to have massive progress. And who here realizes midterms is coming up before long? So a short window to make affordable housing start to make more sense. All right. Now, I think as we step into 2026 here, you're going to be seeing a big shift. Something I want to do for all of you when it comes to market updates, we live in a world that every headline is a new emergency, right? Every headline is a new thing that's going wrong. And we've seen just in the last few days, massive shifts in all the headlines and what's going on. So what I want to really set us up for as we're negotiating deals is positioning ourselves for success. Just type it in the chat, position myself for success. This is what I want for you guys to understand and to get good at, to position yourself for success. Because when the headlines are coming, when things are happening like they're happening, and you're going, oh crap, either a Fox News has wrote a perspective of how it's going to help the economy, or CNN is saying how it's going to suddenly destroy the economy, and we're falling in, and tariffs is changing things. There is a very interesting mixture of things going on right now. But with tariffs and with interest rates and with the housing market where it is, I have no doubt with the administration we have that we're going to find ourselves with tremendous opportunity. It really is going to be a golden era for real estate investors. And so figuring out how to put yourself in the path of that progress is going to be key. So don't freak out like the news media wants us to do. Look for the opportunity. Do what the 1% do. Run in when the 99% run out. So Sunday night, January 11th, Jerome Powell announced that he is under criminal investigation. And that's a big deal. And what's he being investigated for is his June 2025 testimony about the $2.5 billion renovation that happened at the Federal Reserve headquarters. And you're watching through this and the way that politics has played out without going too deep into it. We've seen a huge shift in politics the last few years and the way that things go. And so with the Fed rates that have been being cut and now positioning ourselves in 2026, no doubt we're going to see quite a few more cuts. So very important to watch for that. Couple final notes. I want to shout out to us. I mentioned the $842,000 that 842,000 houses that are available for purchase. 5.5 million buyers that will be coming back into the marketplace as rates continue to go lower. A lot of regulations are shifting. The idea was floated about pushing out institutional investors, and so again, even if it's just for media, even if it's just for play of saying, hey, institutional investors get pushed out. Hey, we're dropping interest rates. Hey, we're buying the $200 billion of bonds and it's already started. If all of that is to accomplish housing affordability, that means shifts are going to happen. And that means you and I, as real estate investors, should position ourselves for success in the path of progress. So the market update this week that I would say above all, knowing that nationwide, housing still is on the rise, knowing that in the Florida markets and the Texas markets, they're seeing a slight decline, knowing in the Midwest markets, you're still seeing a 3 or 4% annual increase, appreciation. Overall, I don't see disaster happening. I see increase happening. And so while, yes, if you are in Florida, as I know a lot of our people are in Florida, by the way, type in the chat, what state are you investing in? I want to find out what state you're investing in. So what happens for all of you is to say, okay, how do I set myself up for success? How do I position myself whenever I see Diana's invested in Kentucky? Me too. I love that area. By the way, something I'll point out, and Apple is putting billions of dollars into Kentucky. And that Jeffersonville, Indiana is the next Nashville, in my opinion. They are spending $5 billion with a B on what they call in the River Project, which is there's Louisville. Jeffersonville is, you can walk across the bridge, you're in Jeffersonville. And so if you're in Texas, if you're in Florida, you are making offers, make ridiculous offers. Write it down, tattoo it on your forehead. You're in a perfect place. Make ridiculous offers. It's okay. And so make sure you're positioning yourself by making incredible, ridiculous offers. And then on the side of my Indiana folks, my Kentucky folks, all these markets that are still continuing to see a rise, we are, in my opinion, in a window of opportunity to gather dozens of deeds. That's what we're doing, is we're gathering dozens of deeds. And as the rates drop, now we're going to be positioned to sell these houses and to lease option these houses. And I know what some people are thinking, but Andrew, what if it doesn't go like you say? Well, the good news is with Bobslow, you're about to hear me call and close these deals live. We buy on our finance, we sell and lease option. And even if you position yourself, you go buy houses, as long as you buy them right and you're doing them like we teach you how, well, if I'm wrong, we're going to still make good money. And if I'm right, we're going to make great money. All right. So that's what I mean by position yourself for success. Don't get caught in the hype. So what is the moves for your next week ahead? Number one, just take consistent action. If you are buying anything traditionally, go get the loan closed. Lock in the rate where it is. You can always refi out if it goes down further. Second, if you have not already picked your market, if you're brand new, you know by now, if you've been watching me very long, I love the Midwest markets. So set yourself up for success. Go choose a Midwest market. Start reaching out to people in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, Jeffersonville, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio, all of the places. If you are in markets, I see Colorado, I see Pennsylvania. If you're in one of these other markets, same thing, just go make ridiculous offers. If you're in Florida, Darylyn, go make ridiculous offers. And then if you are setting up your LLC or closing deals after March 1st, make sure you talk to your local attorney about the FinCEN requirement. Make sure you talk to your attorney about the new rules that are coming down when you close properties. You can write that down. I won't have time to cover it today, but FINCEN, and ask your attorney about the details and how to best prepare for that. All right. So my prediction, rates are going to go down. Prices are going to increase. Set yourself up for success. Even if it doesn't go that way, go buy some Bobslow deals where you get paid up front, paid every month, and paid when they cash you out. And that, my friends, is how we win in 2026. All right? Now I have to ask, how's the energy? Who's ready for some live dials? Just give me an, oh yeah. I'm going to get to your questions. By the way, if you have questions, just drop them in the chat with a Q in front of them, and I will make sure I answer your questions as we go throughout today. All right? Give me a sip of coffee, and we're going to start calling some sellers. I seen a question come up and go away, Stephanie. What's that question?
The question that we had, one second. This is a really good one from Sharon. Sharon is asking, how does this affect us? Is it scary?
I love that question. The answer is, if you position yourself right, it's not scary at all. And here's what I would say to you, Sharon, if it was just you and I and Reggie on a call right now, and I was just answering that question. I would say, don't personally guarantee most debt. Buy houses where you can easily rent them for way more than your payment is, and only write out a big check if you're getting a bigger one back in a few days or a few weeks. As long as we live by those three main rules, it's really tough to lose. Always close everything with a real estate attorney. As you hear me preach all the time, we do everything the right way, because when things go wrong and you've done it the right way, you have nothing to fear. And again, for me, what that means is lean into Bofslow. It's what we're doing. And either it doesn't change, sometimes, and I'll share this because this is going to really help you, Sharon, understand where my mind's coming from, is sometimes the marketing shifts a little bit. I'll give you an example. We've gone through seasons. 2014, when I started doing this, I would go through seasons where almost everything I bought was a Bofslow deals. Buy on owner finance, sell on lease option. And then I've been in seasons where half or 2/3 of my deals was cash deals. I was just getting crazy discounts. But I'll give you a perfect example of a couple of deals we recently did and the reason we did them. I'm going to name approximate numbers. I'm going from memory. One deal we just did, it's a $130,000 house. We just bought it for $5,000. Now, that's not scary to me. I bought it on what's called a quitclaim deed. I'm not getting clear title, but now I've cleared the title after I purchased it. Did I risk my entire investment of $5,000? I'll wait for some yeses to come in the chat. All right. Did I risk my entire investment of $5,000? Yes, is the answer. I did. Except I'd done my research ahead of time. I ran title and I found out what the hang up was, and I was 99% certain I could solve it. I'm okay with those odds. So that's number one. How do we position and that's an extreme example. It could be the same thing, paying $100,000 for a $160,000 house or something. Of course, you better have clear title if you're writing a six-figure check. Secondly, is owner financing. Recently, we closed a house. I think we had to pay $7,000 down. It's I think an $80,000 debt on a $120,000 house. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to sell the darn thing on lease option. I'm going to probably get my $8,000 back, maybe 10 or 12, and I'm going to get cash flow every month. I think my payment's $500. I'm going to rent it for $900. So as long as I am positioning myself where I'm not bearing hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate trying to survive or make up for stupid decisions like sitting on 25 vacant properties or something, as long as I'm being a smart operator, then everything, the big rule is everything cash flow all the time. As long as everything's filled, as long as that's the focus. And we have something called Operation Occupy right now, because we had an influx of several deals that we bought. And so my team is going all out, filling all the houses in 45 days. And so just figure out how to consistently move the needle in your favor. All right? If I help enough other people get what they want, I don't got to worry about what I want. We're going to do some live dials now. Let's see whose lead we got first. Everybody give Stephanie a shout out. This makes me sound good.
Do you know what movie this is?
I have no earthly clue, Stephanie.
Okay. I'll let the team let you know.
All right. Type in the comment, guys. You got to. Stephanie picks on me for my lack of knowledge of movies because I don't know a darn thing about movies. But I'm learning with every weekly call.
We like to have fun.
I love it. All right. First off is Kay's deal. Kay is crushing it. If you don't know Kay yet, you're going to want to get to know Kay. Oh, speaking of, Kay just texted me. All right. First off is Kay's deal on West Oak. This is calling Toby. Toby on West Oak.
Andrew, did you just cut your mic? Oh, okay. Well then. For those in the Zoom room, I saw the Star Wars comment. Tisk, tisk. Someone was very specific and said, Raiders of the Lost Ark. So good, Tim. I'm just confirming, Andrew, you're good to be on mute right now, right? I'm just filling in the gap for you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I was like, well, I need more theme music here. I'm open to suggestions for Andrew as far as movies. Oh, original Superman. Okay, Drew. I got to go find that one.
It's Andrew calling about your West Oak property. When do you have a minute to talk? All right. So we called Toby on West Oak, Anya, and Toby did not answer. So we texted Toby. Next, we are calling Lauren's lead. This is a Brett on Hampton Bliss, while Stephanie finds us some more music trivia.
Okay, you got me on. Let me see if I got another good one for you. Let's see. I'm gonna keep that one for when you do when we finally get someone on the line.
Got to make it worthwhile, right?
Mm-hmm. Took me some time and research.
I got a beautiful gift for all of you guys before this is
Fun.
Hello.
Hey, it's Andrew calling you back on the Hampton Bliss property. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Thank you, Andrew.
Good. I think you talked to my partner Lauren and was interested in the property. I just had a couple quick questions on it.
Yes. Okay.
Just so I'm confirming, what's your asking price on the property?
$395.
Okay. All right. And then if we was to buy it and take over the debt, of course, I like the interest rate you got. Take over that $1,850 a month and pay all the closing. Of course, we're not realtors, so there's no commissions or fees. What's the least you would take on the price, total price?
So I've gotten people calling me for 300, plenty of those, 310. So I'm pretty much parked up in the high 300s right now because of that low interest rate. You know, I might as well just stay here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just know that I let Lauren know that I've been getting a lot of calls and I would hear her out. So
Cool.
yeah, I mean, honestly, there's not too much wiggle, you know. If it was like, hey, well, 385, 380, maybe I consider it. But right now I'm comfortable and I'm taking calls, but don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And I appreciate your candor. Question, do you have your new place picked out where you want to go or where are you moving to?
Oh no, I mean honestly, I just was trying to go south because I have a office where I work and it's closer if I just move south, so I won't have to drive so far every day. But
How far south?
it's south of the river, so down, let's say, before you get to William Cannon.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, I live in almost Round Rock, so if you try to leave at 5 o'clock to come home or 4:30, you're talking an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and
Yeah.
just trying to commute. So anyway, yeah, I don't. I mean, I've looked at a couple of neighborhoods down there, but I have not seriously narrowed down on a place just yet.
So if we was to agree on a price, let's just say 380 for round numbers, no realtor fees or commission. Um, Normally the way we would do it is we would agree on the price. We would close with our real estate attorney. We'd start covering that, 1850 a month payment whenever you and I agree after we close, and then we would pay you out your equity when we resell the property down the line. Would that work for you, doing a delayed cash sell to net the most money over time?
How many years or months would that take?
Uh, Basically, our objective, after we buy the house from you, is to turn around and sell it. Our specialty is, we have people who need some time to qualify for a mortgage, another year tax returns, or save up their down payment or whatever. So they would rent it for a period of time until they can buy it and cash us out. We help them fix what's broke with their credit. So I can't give you the exact timeline, but that's when we make our money. So you'd be free and could move on, and then as soon as they're qualified, then we make our money and you get paid out as well.
So, worst case scenario, you would just make the payments
Correct.
just until
Yep.
the 30-year note is up.
Correct. Yeah. So after we close on it, you're free and move on. We're responsible for the maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance payments, everything. And then it's just a matter of waiting for the big check when our resale happens.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's something I will consider. I appreciate you for explaining how that all works.
Of course.
Do you have any like that here in the Austin area that you currently have under your package of portfolio, I should say?
In the Austin area, a small handful, a lot more in Indiana and Kentucky and Florida. But but yes, Austin has been an interesting market the last little while. But yes, definitely this one would be a good fit for that. And what would you like my next steps to be? Should we give you a day or two to chew on it and connect back up? Would you want to? Are you the only owner? Are you and a wife, or what's the situation there?
Right. So yeah, I'm the only person that is making the decision here, and
Okay.
I don't, I don't. I guess the thing that's kind of uncertain is what happens if you guys were to pay off that note, the 120 or whatever that's owed to the lender, and you pay me 1850, and then one day the checks stop coming.
Well, God forbid me and Lauren and our whole team died in a plane crash. You would have full authority to take the house back. It's all closed by a real estate attorney, so you're protected. But
there's provisions for if something really crisis like or critical were to happen, that the person who sold the house to you is still protected.
absolutely. Yeah. And just so you know, forgive me, I should have told you, but I've been doing this since 2014 and have done about 500 of these, actually more than that by now. So that's our model. And of course, wouldn't be right now to closing check and monthly check to cause that to happen. But yes, you're absolutely protected should something catastrophic ever happen.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely a creative financing deal. I believe in all the calls I've received, you're only the second person to pitch something similar to that. So yeah, let me give it some thought. I do see an email came in yesterday with some similar numbers, so I'll take a look in more detail at that.
Cool. I'm glad I'm the second, and I'm also glad I'm your favorite. So when would you like me to call you back?
Well, if you could call back in 2 days, that would be great.
Consider it done. You'll hear from my partner Lauren on Friday, and then I'll be on standby, and we'll see if If it works out to be a win-win, pre-congratulations. And if not, we'll part as friends, and that's okay too.
Well, yes, I thank you for the call, Lauren, for that callback and for you reaching out today. And I want to write this down. Your name again, sir?
My name is Andrew Schlag, Schlag, and my partner is Lauren Williams.
Okay, I see DLW Home Enterprises, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your call today, and I will talk to Lauren in about 48 hours or so.
Sounds good, my brother. Have a good one, Brett. Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Boom. The magic happens in the follow-up. Stephanie, what should I be explaining there?
Well, like let's go over here. So we've got one question. This is from Tom. Tom was asking, what will that rent for?
That's an awesome question. So the basis of that call, just so you guys know, is to make sure that the seller is open to payments. Because what's the only way that we can make the thing work? Either A, cash way below value, or B, payments over time. So he told Lauren he would entertain payments over time. We had that chat, and there we are. According to Zestimate, the rent Zestimate is $22.81 a month. A 3-bed, 2-bath, $400,000 house. And, that's an interesting market. So I would normally be optimistic that I'd say closer to 3. But with Austin being where it is, I would say we should figure safely $2 to $2,200. But here's the beautiful thing. The payment's $1,850. The interest rate is 3-point-something%. There is billions of dollars of 3 and 4% interest debt waiting for you to take it over. Who here would like to have a few $1 million of 3 and 4% interest debt? Give me an oh yeah in the chats, all right? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. All right, good. We got some more live calls to make before we hop over to some role playing.
Can I throw
Another
this one
question
at
popped
you?
up.
Yeah, let me read this one for you. If there is a property in Jeffersonville that is move-in ready, but the seller is not interested in seller financing, they only want cash. In that scenario, can we go 80% of ARV? Asking price is close to ARV.
This doesn't work in Jeffersonville. I'm kidding. I was talking to somebody today, and they had a deal in Georgia. I said, this doesn't work in Georgia. She goes, really? Shout out. Sending all my love your way. So for all of you, Shobna, there's 2 ways. The payments over time, and in this case, it's the discounted cash price. And so I would go over 70% is my cash offer. So if it's a $200,000 house and it's move-in ready, I would offer them $140,000. If you want to ever stretch that, because, for example, Jeffersonville has all of these developments and you're buying for appreciation, that's a personal decision if you ever want to stretch that number. I don't stretch that number just because I don't want to. I don't think you need to. And if they won't take 70%, then I don't want the deal. So personal choice, Shobna, I wouldn't go a penny over 70%. And if you want to go 80, that's a personal choice, and I don't recommend it. Let's go. All right, next. Oh, this is interesting. Jason, you'll like to see this one. This is a house also from Lawrence. And you say this, Buda, Texas? Buda, Texas. And she wants to move, or he, Mr. Barry, wants to move to Colorado. So we might be looking at a trade. All right. He wants a cash offer between $200,000 and $300,000. We believe it's worth about $300,000. All right, let's go. Let's see if Mr. Barry will answer the phone.
I had to.
I love it. Keeping the energy high. All right, I got to ask you again, all my Zoomers and YouTubers, type in the chat, what's your energy level now? A couple good phone calls.
You have reached Barry.
Come on, Barry. Answer your darn phone, brother. Devin's an 11. That's what I'm talking about.
You have reached Barry Duke.
Lauren, if this is a deal, you've got to connect with Jason on this because I'm serious. If this guy wants 300,000 or 200,000 and wants to trade this house as a down payment on one of Jason's houses, that's how we multiply deals. All right, let's move along to that was Barry. On you just call him back. Next we have a follow up with Judas lead, Mr. Kelly. Oh, shoot. Wrong button. Try that again.
Is that a 10'5"?
I like 10.5 maybe.
Oh, look at that. Our viewers are up 78 across platforms,
Whoa.
not including the Zoom. Look at you. Quite popular, my
Yeah.
friend.
You make me look good. That's all I can say, you know? Kelly, it's Andrew calling you back on your house. When are you free to talk? All right. Next, we have Diana's lead. We are calling Jerry on Nathan Hell Way. All right. Mr. Jerry, answer your phone, brother. The
Google Fi wireless subscriber you have called is not available.
Why is the Google Fi wireless subscriber? What the heck? All right, let's try this one more time. Double dial him. Keep the questions coming in. I have something very important I'm going to be sharing with you and a free gift I'm going to be giving you as a shameless bribe to stick around. And we're going to do it just like last week.
Google Fi wireless subscriber.
All right. Put for Jerry to put him as a follow-up. This is Devin's lead on Roanoke Circle. Shoot, I used to date a girl from Roanoke, Virginia back in 1992. Just kidding.
Very memorable. That's a photographic memory there, sir.
It was actually 2015.
Hello.
Hey, it's Andrew calling you back on the Roanoke house. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was looking over the notes here. I think you have talked to my partner, Devin. My understanding was that it used to be a rental, but you're looking to sell it. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And does it need much work right now?
No, everything works fine. I just need to go in and do a final detail clean. It's been, pretty well all painted. And it's, like I said, everything is in good working condition. It's got central air conditioning. It is an all electric home.
What did it rent for back when it was rented?
$1,850.
1850. Okay. And then, like, how old's the roof and the HVAC?
The roof is 2 years. The air conditioning condenser, the outside unit is probably 10 years old. It works fine. The air conditioning works. The furnace is original and actually works just fine. We have maintained it every year. It continues to run.
They don't make them like that no more.
So you're lucky to get, 15, 20, 25 years.
Yeah. If we could, but by the way, what's the taxes and the insurance running a year?
Let me look up the taxes real quick. That's something I don't. I mean, they're not negotiable, so I just pay them.
Yeah.
Let me see. Circle. Looks like
Randy says music sounded like the dating game My Era. Keep them coming, Stephanie.
2,731 a year. That is without exemptions.
All right. Okay. And then the insurance.
That's running us pretty close to 1,000 a year.
300. Okay. And then what, if we was to buy it on owner financing, what kind of monthly payment would you be looking for on top of us covering, of course, taxes and the insurance and being responsible for everything?
I am more, you asked about the roof. It is 2 years old. It's brand, it's newer, updated. Yeah. We are more looking for something where there's not unequaled interest in the property. So we're looking for quite a bit down to carry any money that keeps you interested in the property.
Is there still a debt?
No.
No. Okay. It's paid off. Yeah. So we buy them two ways. I've been doing this, and especially I got my start in Evansville, Indiana, actually back in 2014. So we of course pay cash and fix and flip them way below value, but about 80% of our business is buying them like this, where they're turnkey, move in ready, and we can pay a good price. But the way we can pay a good price and keep buying 3 or 4 months is by doing it with owner financing. So, we would want to, the more we put down, the less we want to be on price. So I don't know if it would or wouldn't be a fit, but do you need cash for anything specific, or you just want to make sure that we're in a good place on it?
Throughout the years, in my experience, lease options have not worked out for me. They just generally don't pay out, and the judges will side with the other side. I mean, I've had cases where they get all their money back, whether they put 5,000 down or whatever, and the property is just like it was leased. It's just trash, not maintained.
Forgive me. I wouldn't be looking to do a lease option. I would be looking to buy it on owner finance. That's how I've done a few hundred of them.
I'm not a bank. I don't want to carry money. That's kind of the bottom line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally fair. Yeah. Would be a delayed cash sale. So we would definitely, in order to be near the asking price, we'd need some time. So should we just follow up here in a few weeks, or?
Probably not, because I'm just, like I said, I'm not a banker. And I don't like the courts when it comes to collection, and my experience has not been good in that direction.
Okay. Banks have the big buildings.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's fair. No worries. And sorry to hear about your bad luck with lease options. Been doing this for a lot of years, and sounds like you have too. So I respect that perspective.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Next, there's a better one right behind it, Devin. Laura Lee. Next is Bryant's Camp Road. We are going to call this one, and then we're going to play you a quick 90-second video, and then I'm going to give you a free gift, and then me and Jason are getting ready to do some cool stuff, and then we'll come back and finish dialing and follow-ups. All right? Let's see. This is Bryant Camp's Road. I like that. Where do you find all this great music, Stephanie? Digging it.
I get suggestions from the Zoom room.
Heck yeah.
I think that one came from Randy. Randy, yeah. I pay attention. And I'm not AI. I saw that comment.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
All right, we'll call them back after. We're gonna call Brad on Tinker Hill Road.
Before you
Somebody-
do, hang on.
Yeah. Who said
Um,
that?
Mike,
What's up,
I was
Mike?
indirectly, I was the one that sent you the leads, Andrew.
Yeah.
There should be four of them in there that Brad owns. He actually owns 4 or 5 houses plus an apartment building in there. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if Marilyn was able to tell you that or not. You were calling a few of the phone calls that you were making. It came up saying Verizon. Verizon's got a nationwide outage right now.
Yep.
That's why I couldn't make a call this morning to do follow up and fill in information on what you saw. Okay.
Perfect.
So
Thanks for the heads up, man.
I mean, I was able to text, but I'm not able to call. So there you go.
Good to know. And yes, I have the list here.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Let me make sure I dialed the right number here. That may be the outage you're talking about, my brother.
4222.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We have a couple more leads. We're gonna get somebody on the phone here before we go to break.
And I think Stephanie spends a lot of time in elevators.
I sure do.
This is Gary on Elaine Avenue.
No,
Hey, Gary, it's Andrew calling you back on the Elaine house. How you doing?
doing good.
Good, good. Hey, did I catch you at a good time? You got a second?
I guess so.
Cool. I was looking at that house you're selling on Elaine. I think you talked to my partner, Laura Lee. You're asking 125 for it, from my understanding.
25 no.
Oh, I'm sorry. The debt was 125. What was your asking price?
240.
240. Okay. 240. Yeah, a little difference there. Okay. And if we was to buy it, pay the closing, close whenever you want. Of course, we're not realtors, so there's no fees or commissions. What's the least you'd take on price if we agreed on everything else?
Do everything, pay me.
Yeah.
I'd take 100.
$40K drop. What do you think it appraised for?
So pay for right after there a little more.
Okay. And how soon, if we come to terms, how soon are you looking to get it done?
ASAP.
Okay. Anything that we need to do inside the house? Is it need any specific work done?
Got 6 windows, correct?
6 windows cracked. Okay. And then how old's the roof and the HVAC?
Put 10 roof on it and 20 well, I believe it was.
Okay.
Metal roof, solar panels on it.
Nice. That's why the electric bill is only $27 a month, huh?
Right.
What about the HVAC?
It's roughly 20 years old.
20 years. Okay. Well, we're not too far apart on number. What we could probably do is be right there around the 200 mark. And the way we'd want to do that is to buy it from you, close with our real estate attorney, start covering the payment, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. You be free and can move on. We'd buy it as is. And then we'd pay you out the remaining once we resell the house down the line. So just a delayed cash sale. Is that something that'd work for you if we could get this done ASAP?
Probably not.
Okay. You need some cash for something specific, or?
Yeah, I don't want to wait.
Mm-hmm. 200. So you have about, if we could see 200, 125, 75,000. If we could pay you a little bit of the 75,000 the day we close and the rest when we resell it, what would that look like for you?
Ain't gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
I ain't working on it. I'm gonna get her done and get it over with.
Okay. If we just wrote you a check, would you let us take over the 125 and pay you 50 on top and be done?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Should we follow back up in a month or two?
You want?
All right. Fair enough, brother. Appreciate you. All right. Bye for now. All right. Follow up. These are the deals that when they come back around, Laura Lee, when these come back around, oh my gosh, the opportunities are tremendous because you're looking at a deal that in this case, and I'll tell you what I'm looking at on my screen in front of me. I'm looking at a house that's a 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,300 square foot. It's a house that was his son's. It's a little dated. It's probably worth 200, 220. And it's just a good house. The only thing that makes this exceptional is that if he's willing to give good terms. He's going to set on this darn thing. He's going to be getting offers in the 130, 140, 150 range. And he's going to get tired of sitting on it and carrying every month that $1,000 comes out of his account, plus mowing, plus gas, plus electric, plus if there's any bill left on other things on this every month. And he's going, well, crap, what was that lady's name that called me? Maybe I should have another chat with her. And 2, 3, 4 months down the road, another $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 down the road, when all he's got is a bunch of lowball offers from wholesalers or weird offers that he couldn't even make sense of, these deals stacking in the pipeline come back around. All right. So you guys getting some good value? Give me a, oh yeah, in the chat. All right. Give me some yeses. Let's keep the energy high. I am going to let Stephanie play you a beautiful 90-second video we prepared for you. And when I come back, I have a free gift for you. And then me and Jason's going to have a chat. And then after that, we're going to be talking to some more sellers live. So don't go anywhere.
Hey, what's up? Sean Sloggett here. Got some exciting news. Just flipped my first property on a wholesale deal, and I'm very appreciative to Andrew and the Truka group. They've pushed me and really tried to keep me going, and it's finally paying off. Thank you guys so much.
Hello, my name is Kurt Dixon. I've known Andrew Schlag for several years, and he's been a real good mentor to me in real estate, and I believe I've leveled up my real estate investing because of that. I met with him, and he just gave me good tips and advice, and hey, you do this, and you should have done that, and so forth, and got my first deal. I made $70,000. Going further with him, last year I averaged about 1 deal a month, and that was pretty good. I've never done that before. Andrew is a great person to learn from. I would say take advantage of the time you have if he's available to learn from him.
Hey everyone, it's Kay. So before I joined Truka, I had spent years trying to figure out how to do real estate by myself, and that was the biggest shift in my business, was surrounding myself with such incredible people with countless years of knowledge and experience, but most importantly, some big hearts, some big minds, and who go out of their way to help you navigate challenges and grow. And that was huge. To have a community around you with positive thinking and a mindset of growth, who genuinely care for each other, it's invaluable, and it reflects in business. You know, I'm just grateful to have met everybody and be a part of this group, and if you're on the fence, I'd say dive in. It's incredible.
Hey, what's up? Sean Sloggett here.
What is the free gift I've been talking about? By the way, Anya, please update that phone number on which lead is it? On Mike's lead, Michael Fisher's lead. That phone number is supposed to be 731 rather than 713. So please update that phone number to say 731, and we will call them before we wrap up today. All right. So the free gift, Anya is about to be posting the link in the chat for you. Next week, Leo and I are putting together a brand new, never done before challenge. And we're going to be on Zoom, on a webinar vibe on Zoom for 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we are going to be breaking down this business. All right. So whether you are someone who's not been part of the Truka family, if you're brand new, or whether you're somebody who's been around a bit and say, gosh, I just need a refresher, make sure you grab your seats. Anya just posted it in the YouTube chat. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and get your challenge seats. I'll break down what we'll be teaching there for you. And it's also there in the Zoom chat. So here's what we're going to be teaching. Day one, I'm going to lay out the foundation of the business and what's happening in 2026. I've revamped it because 2026, the market is very different. A lot of the same basis that we've been using for years still work, but there's some new things out there that are changing. AI has shifted things big time. And I want to share that with you. And then day two, on Tuesday night, I'm going to be breaking down. Oh, by the way, in day one, all of you who are in the community have already heard me talk about this, but if you're new, you're going to want to hear this. I'm going to be showing you how to get unlimited free leads. And if you're in the community and you're not getting enough leads, you probably need the refresher. So hang out with us. We're going to be showing you how to get free leads. Day two, I'm going to be showing you how to do the opening call so that when you are in the Truka community, like all of you in the Zoom, you can be submitting leads for me to call that you've had that an opening initial call with. Then day three, I'm going to be showing you how to underwrite the deals. And day four, you're going to submit offers. So if you're brand new, you're going to have offers submitted before the week is up. If you are experienced, well, gosh, you can submit offers every night because you already know how to do it, but it'll build your momentum. All right. So click the link in the chat, grab your free seats to next week's free, brand new, never done before 4-day challenge. It's a test. I don't know if we'll ever do it again. We'll see how this one goes. Either it's going to be amazing and you guys are going to love it and the reviews are going to be raving, or we'll discontinue it and never talk about it again. So get ready for lots of fun. It's going to be an incredible time. All right. I want to bring up Mr. Jason. We've got more leads to call. We are going to be calling Christopher Unlimited's leads. We're going to be calling Michael's leads with the updated number that we now have, Joe and Judith's leads, Lynette's lead, and more. So we're going to be going overtime. I know some of you have a hard stop in 30. If you do, that's okay. I understand that. And for all of you that can stick around, you're going to love this. All right. So we're going to build some momentum together. Mr. Jason Hadaway, give him a great round of applause in the chats. How you feeling, Jason?
Good.
Good, man. Good to see you.
You as well, Andrew.
Stephanie, I feel like we need some intro music. We got to back up and do that again. We need some intro music.
Gotcha.
Here.
Let's do this one.
There we go. All right, now give him a great big round of applause in the chat. Oh, yes. Jason, what part of the country are you in, my brother?
I live in Castle Rock, Colorado. I work down in the city of Colorado Springs for the fire department. I'll be on the department 20 years next month. And I buy houses primarily in Colorado Springs, but I've also dipped my toe into the Denver market. I've got a couple properties up there, that I'm selling with owner financing right now. So if that gentleman from Texas is looking to move to Colorado and potentially to Denver Metro, I've got 2 properties. Just have them get a hold of me.
Heck yeah. That was, let me see whose lead that was. That's Lauren's lead. Lauren, you should absolutely connect and have a chat with Jason. I think Lauren's still in here.
Yeah, both properties are in really good shape. Super clean.
Jason has this, and this is a brag on Jason, but he has this bad habit of over rehabbing his property. So if you send somebody to Jason's properties, they're getting a beautiful place, believe me. So shout out to Jason and anybody. This is what we do, in the Truka family. I'm seeing this all the time right now, where somebody will have a property for trade, and that's how Kay actually bought the Oakland City house that you just picked up, Kay. There was a buyer for one of, I don't remember if it was my house or Judy's house or Joe's house, somebody's house, and it wasn't a fit. And Kay ends up going and buying a house for them that they sent. So collaborations equals cash. So remember that. Jason, what right now does your portfolio and business look like, and what's your biggest hang up?
Just generating high quality leads. Right now, my VA gets me between 1 and 5 of these property information sheets, per week. So what I wanted to, accomplish with you today, Andrew, was just you pretending to be one of these sellers who said, yeah, I'll agree to the possibility of selling with terms or taking monthly payments until you pay me off in full. And I thought I would just call you up. You can be the seller, and I'll kind of talk to you the way I talk to my sellers, and you can give me some good pro tips. I'm not a ranked beginner, but I'm certainly not a maestro like you either. So
I love you too, brother. And I think, and I just thank you for doing this, because you're part of the Freedom Life family. we hop on one every little while and connect up. But when you asked to do this, I said, you know what? I believe everyone who here thinks it's valuable to watch Jason and I do this practice and me coach him live, and you guys get to ask your questions. All right? You guys digging this? Give me a yes in the chat if you think that's a good idea. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So we're gonna be doing this live. We're gonna be having this live coaching session. I think you guys are going to get a ton of value out of this, and you're going to ask your questions too. And Jason, do you have a specific property that you want to give me the facts on so I can do that, or do we want to use a general property? Your choice.
We can just use a general property.
Perfect. So it's 123 Main Street. I'm asking $300,000 for it. I told you I would consider. You told me you would consider terms.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So you're the seller and I'm the buyer, right?
I was going to have you be the seller and I was going to be the buyer, just so I could kind of mimic all my property information sheets that my VA has given to me. And you could give me some pointers, from your professional expertise, like you were just doing earlier.
Good. All right. 300 Main Street. You want 300K. What do you want to owe on the property?
Let's just say between 250 and 260.
2. All right. Cool. Call me up.
Okay, ring, 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 ring.
Hey.
Hi, Andrew. This is Jason. I was just calling you about your property there on 123 Main Street. Have you got a quick sec?
I do. What's up, Jason?
I'm doing pretty good. I believe my assistant Faye spoke with you yesterday about your property, and she indicated that you might entertain, taking monthly payments until we could pay you off in full. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was just really looking to sell it outright, but it sounds interesting.
Okay. Well, I'll just give you a little bit of background. I've been buying properties this way for about 15 years now, and I buy properties one of two ways, but this is the more common way that I purchase properties. I usually buy them at about 70 cents on the dollar. They typically need a lot of work. That doesn't really sound like it's this property that you've got for sale. So the way that we do it is we take over your monthly payments. We close with a real estate attorney. We're responsible for all maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance. We even pay the closing cost. And then it's just a delayed cash out sell. So I'm not sure if that's something that would work with you, but how does that sound on the surface?
I'd be interested in hearing more.
Okay. Do you have any specific questions that come to mind when I said all those things?
So you're paying off my loan and then paying me off my equity later, or what's that look like?
We would be. So like I said earlier, we would close with a real estate attorney. We can give you a fast, flexible closing date. We can usually close within 2 to 3 weeks of us having a signed agreement. And like I said, we pay the closing costs. We close with the title company and a real estate attorney. And then we would agree on when we would start taking over your payments. And we would be responsible for those monthly payments to include principal, interest, taxes, insurance, an HOA fee if there is one. I forget if you have one on this property or not. And then we would be responsible for all maintenance repairs, and then we would get you cashed out down the road at some point in time.
Okay.
And
so you're going to give me my full 300 I'm asking?
Well, let me ask you a few questions. What type of shape is the property in? Does it need any work?
It's in good shape. I just put a brand new roof on it last year and a brand new central heating and air system the year before. The only thing is the water heater's 17 years old, but it's still good.
Okay. Tell me about your kitchen. What does your kitchen look like?
It looks perfect. My wife loves it. We put it in 2003.
2003?
Yeah.
So stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, a hood over the stove.
Formica.
Formica? Oh no. All right. Well, how's the exterior of the property look?
The exterior of the property is good. The flower beds are a little grown up, but let me tell you, I love the linoleum floors are perfect. It's got beautiful linoleums I put in 1997.
Oh yeah. How would you rate the paint on the exterior of your house on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being perfect?
7.
7? And how old is your roof? Do you recall?
Last year.
Last year. Okay, wonderful. And then on the inside of the house, I forgot to ask you, how's the interior paint and carpet look?
No carpets, all beautiful linoleum.
All beautiful linoleum, huh? And
Yeah.
how about the paint?
The paint, it's in good shape. I printed it. I painted it in 2020.
Okay. Well, if we could help you to avoid realtor's fees. Paid all the closing costs.
I ain't paying realtors no way. I've already got it listed for sell by owner.
Okay, I appreciate that and respect that. But if you were able to avoid that and we were able to come to an agreement on price and terms, what would be the lowest you could accept on the price?
I could go
If we
like
agreed to pay the closing
297.
cost and you were able to avoid realtor's fees.
297 instead of 300. Does that work?
Is that the best you can do?
What'd you have in mind?
I was thinking more along that 260,
Oh,
265 range.
260.
Yeah,
Could you meet you in the middle at 295?
I'm probably going to be closer to about, 275, 280.
If we can do
I've got to pick up a
280.
little bit of equity here. I don't want my back against the wall. And if the market takes just a little bit of a downturn, I don't want to be upside down and have negative equity. I am an investor and I am in this business to make a profit. So I've got to pick up a little bit of equity.
So if you give me 280 and you're covering my 255 mortgage payments every month, when do I get paid my $25,000 cash?
Your $25,000 cash. How soon would you need it?
I don't need it for nothing.
No. Do you just want us to have skin in the game, or?
I just want to know when I'm going to get it.
Well, our goal is to put a tenant buyer in the property, and then whenever they get us cashed out, we get you cashed out, and of course we get paid. I don't want my back against the wall, and I don't want to make promises that I can't keep, but what we are going to do is work with them and put them in contact with the mortgage brokers so they can get qualified. We probably get an FHA loan and get us cashed out, and then we'll get you cashed out and paid off. But generally bring in somebody who has maybe one problem that's prohibited them from going out and getting a bank loan to buy a house. And we just give them a little bit of time to work on that, give them a chance to build up a little bit of equity in the property, fix what's broken and get qualified, and then we get you cashed out. But obviously the sooner we can get you cashed out, the sooner we get paid. And we're always a fan of that.
Can you just
But
put a like
on average, I would say, Andrew, we get people cashed out in kind of a 2 to 5 year mark.
Okay. Which, by the way, guys, is pretty common that they say, okay. So, okay.
Okay. Well, what I would like to do, Andrew, if everything sounds good so far, I am in this area. I'd like to set up an appointment, potentially come out and take a look at the property and just kind of verify the facts, look at the outside, look at the inside, and look at the scope of work that would need to be done before I would look at installing or plugging in a tenant buyer. But if everything sounds good and you like what you're hearing, I'll go ahead and set up an appointment to come out and visit the property. If not, then I can give you a call back at a later date. We can discuss this further.
Making coaching notes.
Okay.
This is good. So, cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's set you up to come out and see the house, and then I guess after you come see it, then what? You'll call me later and let me know if you want it or what.
We can probably have a conversation there at the kitchen table, after I go around and take a peek at the property. I just want to see if there's much in the way of deferred maintenance or if there's any repairs I'm going to need to make to the property, what I would do to really market it, and get a tenant buyer plugged in there as soon as possible.
Cool. Okay. My wife will probably have some questions. Is it okay that she's here with us?
Absolutely, 100%. I prefer that she was there.
All right, cool. Sounds good. I could do Thursday at 7 p.m. or I could do Friday at 4 a.m. Which is better for you? I get up early.
Friday at 4 a.m. I'll see you.
All right, perfect. Give it up for Jason. Go, Jason. Yeah. You got the cheering on going on in YouTube too. I see Reggie's on, Jimmy's on, Lori's on, Victor. All right, cool. By the way, guys, put a Q. If you have questions, put a Q in the chat and ask the questions. Ask the questions. Ready for bullet points, Jason.
Ready.
All right. This is cool. And all you guys, by the way, when you're doing this and you're having these calls, this is why I tell all of you to record your calls, because you go back and you listen and you hear things you said or didn't say where you're going, well, crap, I should have said that. But in the moment, sometimes you don't think the same thing you think after. All right. So number one is You sound very professional, very proficient on the phone. So don't lose that. Keep that professionalism. Secondly, you ask great questions. You're very friendly and flexible. Keep that type of momentum. Keep that type of fun to work with. By the way, type it in the chat. Be fun to say yes to. Be fun to say yes to. All of you, I want you to just practice it being fun to say yes to. Because if you can be fun to say yes to, a lot more things are going to go your way. I want to see for you, Jason, these are the two biggest shifts, and then I'll back into how to implement them. Is be okay with slightly longer pauses and have these give the seller directive questions. So don't leave an open-ended. Below that, you can write assume the close.
Okay.
So don't leave an open-ended question like, do you have any questions for me at an early game? You just shoot back with a question. Got it. What's the least you would take on price? So I'm assuming we're going to do the deal. Got it. Our next steps would be for me to come out. If you're in the area, for you that are virtual, you're going to always, of course, go for the virtual signing. Since Jason is buying mainly in the area that he lives in, then he's going to say, cool. Our next steps are, which by the way, for all of you as a writer downer, our next steps are, I would come out, take a look at the house, assuming you like me and I like the house. Would you then be ready to okay an agreement and move forward? Write it down. Small commitments leads to large commitments. Would you now be ready to okay the agreement and move forward? Why? Because I don't want to get out to the house and him being like, oh, I just thought you was looking. I didn't even know if you wanted the house. I wanted him to understand I'm not coming out. And I mean this in the most loving way possible. I'm not coming out just to make more friends. Like I'm coming out to buy a freaking house. And so make sure that you assume the close. And then when you ask for appointment, always give them either or. I always say, is tomorrow at X or X better for you? Either 2 times the next day or, 9 p.m., 4 a.m., whatever times are. I always give them two options across 1 or 2 days, because they can always respond with, I can't do it till Saturday. Okay, then we'll set it up for Saturday, except a confused buyer doesn't buy, a confused seller doesn't sell, and I want to give them one path to choose, and then they can always combat that with a different question. Because sometimes a seller, all of you listen to this, you may be the first time they've ever heard of something like creative financing. So they're taking on all this new information, and your job is just to be the leader and the guide on this, and frankly, decide if it's a good fit for them and for you. What other questions pop up before I go to the rest of my notes, Jason?
No, I agree with everything you said. I know I have a tendency to talk really fast, despite being from the South. But once I get going, I can, really talk fast, and sometimes my mouth doesn't keep up with my brain. I can trip over my words. So slowing down, executing those pauses, giving, sellers time to absorb information that I'm hitting them with. That's all really good. The assumptive close, I've seen you do that over and over and over again. And I like all of your ideas and different ways that I can do that. Give them a single kind of path of travel and working that assumptive close. That all makes sense. That's all excellent feedback. And I wouldn't have got that feedback just from watching you make calls. It's a different, realm being in the hot seat and getting this, really direct one-on-one coaching. So I appreciate it. Of
course. And I appreciate you being willing to do this in front of the crew, because I know everyone on here is getting massive value. One more gift I want to give for you, Jason, because for all of you listening, write this down. Communication equals wealth. I've heard that from a friend and mentor of mine years ago, and I was like, what the heck does that even mean? And then I started to go, oh, wait, I get it now. And so when you are a very smooth and proficient communicator, when you start to hear yourself go into an explanation that you realize could be either confusing or losing the other side. And it's a, if you talk at a certain speed and a certain decimal, like just a certain level for more than a few seconds, people, for whatever reason, their attention span dwindles. Anytime you start to hear yourself doing that, it's going to be really uncomfortable, but interrupt yourself. Pause for a second. You'll hear me do it on a call all the time. And I'll hear myself starting to talk into a phrase, and I immediately go, I just said too many words in a row, too fast. And I'll go, and let me see. Or I will pause. I will do a pattern interrupt. You can write this down, guys. Pattern interrupt. I do a pattern interrupt for myself, and you'll hear me do that. I go, what could you accept on how much is the taxes and insurance? Because I want to make sure that I am pacing myself. And you'll see me, for all of you who are coming to the event or when you're on the online challenge, you'll notice this. I do this to myself as well. I'll start teaching, and I'll get into a teaching pattern, and I'll start boop, 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 and then I stop. And you'll hear me do it on the deal room as well when I'm in a teaching segment. And you'll see right now I am learning on the market updates to do that, because I am specifically using 15 minutes. I got a lot to share in that 15 minutes. And it's like, I want to dump all this information, but also let me make sure I'm fluctuating enough to be fun to listen to and be fun to say yes to. So this is really good, Jason. What do you most need on selling your properties right now? You have 2 houses that are ready or almost ready for sale, right?
One is ready, and the other one's like 98, 99% done. I'm going to start addressing some of the little issues in the backyard now, but the interior's more or less done. And I had professional pictures taken and drone footage on Monday. My photographer I've worked with in the past, he's supposed to be getting me those files on Thursday. And then, I can update all my my postings on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and then Zillow.
Good. I have, and I'm always a text away. I've been meeting with Kay, and Kay is dispoing quite a few of my deals right now. And if you would like, do you know Kay?
Yeah. But we rode together when I was down in Orlando last fall.
Oh, sweet.
Over to the day one.
I would suggest, because something all of you, and you're doing it right here, right now. I commend you guys for being here on the deal room. We do this every Wednesday, and we revamped it in 2026 because I want it to be not only fun and entertaining, but I want to do what most people are not getting to experience, which is how do I, of course, Jason, for you and others in the community, how do I watch Andrew close deals live, but more importantly, gain some energy from that to, the rest of the afternoon, dozens of you are going to be closing your own darn deals because of what just happened here, because energy is contagious. Success is contagious. So if you want, Jason, I recommend texting Kay and meeting 3 or 4 times over the next week and just say, hey, Kay, what are you doing to get all these calls for Andrew's properties?
All right.
And then Kay will be like, oh, what are you doing? And like just that collaboration will spark. This is the way I think, at least. If I am sitting in a room alone writing, I think of certain things I won't think with people. But if I'm sitting here chatting with you about things, it may even come from my own brain, or it may come from something you said, but I get just sparks of thoughts I wouldn't have otherwise thought of. So in addition, text me any help you need, of course. And I would just have those 2 or 3 chats with Kay just to iron sharpen iron.
One thing I picked up on, Andrew, the last time we spoke, and I think it'd be good for everybody watching,
please.
In municipalities or cities or towns where bandit signs are prohibited, you mentioned one specific, like for sale by owner sign that's less likely to get you, a phone call or a citation. Could you talk about that and share that again? It's a professionally made sign. You're not like writing on a blank piece of whatever with a Sharpie.
Yes. So supercheapsigns.com is where we order our signs. They're 18 by 24 yellow, ugly handwritten lettering. It's by far, in my opinion, gets the most amount of calls. It's quality calls. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And so I love that signage. However, when you go into, especially a little higher priced neighborhood or HOAs, and you put out a dozen of those signs for your house, they tend to not appreciate those signs. And so in those higher price markets, like Jason's in this case, you're much less likely to have that problem if you get the traditional Lowe's or Home Depot for sale by owner signs and put them out from the arrows coming in, because for whatever reason, they just look at them differently. And I guess they think that those signs are prettier than mine. And so anytime I've been in an HOA zone where my regular signs are problematic, then I go to the more professional look. But that's the only time. Other than that, the ugly ones get more calls. Anything else on that? Any other nuggets you think everybody on here might want to hear?
Yeah, I know we've got people on here from all experience levels, Andrew.
Yeah.
What number? Where do you get your phone number that you put on your bandit signs?
Oh, good questions. So I use Pat Live. I still use Pat Live. And Pat Live is a 24-hour answering service that takes your calls live 24 hours a day. And years ago, I used a system called CallFire. It's an automated system, and you can they dial in and they press a button, and it captures all their information. For all of our community who's been to our live events, you have in your workbook a QR code for a discount for Pat Live. The downside, the reason I don't talk about it a lot for the new people, is it is a couple $100 a month. It's an investment. And if you're brand new and you're only getting 5 calls a month, well, drive them to your cell phone. But if you've got 2 or 3 houses out and you're driving 20, 30, 50 calls a week, as you should be if you get 2 or 3 houses, as we just talking about that today yesterday, Kay and I was having a chat. We have several houses coming on the market. And I said, Kay, your metric is to talk to 25 buyers a day. That's a success metric. Because if you've got 10 houses on the market, that's only 2.5 per house per day. And so Pat Live, when you get to that number, because if you get 100 calls, and you know this, Jason, 94 of them are going to be absolutely broke. And so you want to get to the 6, and Pat Live will ask you just say, use the Andrew Schlag script. And Pat Live will ask, are you looking to buy a house or sell a house? And then if they say buy a house, they'll say, what do you have to put down? What's your monthly budget? Which house are you calling about?
One follow-up question to that. If you were going to use the Lowe's or the Home Depot for sale by owner signs, what information are you going to choose to write in that really small box at the bottom? Are you going to do an arrow? Are you going to do a property address? Are you going to do a phone number? Are you going to do property information?
I put arrows every main road leading to the house. And then if you've only got 1 house or 2 on the market and it's the sign in front of the house, put your cell phone. You want that call. And here's why. If you go put your post up on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to get 100 DMs. 95 of them are flat broke. So you don't want everybody blowing up your phone. You've got 1 sign in front of the house, you're going to get 7 calls, and 3 of them are probably calls you want to get. So put it to your cell phone if it's 1 sign in front of a house. Now, again, if you super cheap signs, they're way cheaper to order hundreds. I just put the same Pat Live number on them all, everywhere, all the time. You're going to get a message every time somebody calls your Pat Live anyway. But yes, if you're handwriting one from Lowe's or Home Depot, put your cell phone number in front of the house and arrows leading in.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Jason. And thank you for just being who you are. You're an inspiration to many in the community. And I know this year you're going to be partnering up and teaming up with many around. And I'm excited to watch you at the next level. You're already massively successful. But I think 2027 Jason is going to surprise you very much.
I hope you're right. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, my friend. Give it up for Jason one more time. Let's go. All right. Keep those questions coming. If you're not already in for the 4-day challenge starting on Monday, make sure you get in for the 4-day challenge starting on Monday. And we got more leads to call. All right. Everybody good? If you're good to stay around for 4 more calls, just say yes in the chat. If you've got to go, just say gotta go. All right. I respect that. You can watch the replay, but I just want to see how many of you can stick around for these extra few minutes. All right, good. What's up, Steve? What's up, Jimmy? All right. Hey there. I'm on the live stream. I will call you right after. Thank you. My team is not used to this updated schedule yet.
That's funny. Oh, I got a question for you from Sean.
Sweet.
Is there any lessons on Dispo? I'm getting ready to list 2.
There is. Sean, you're part of the Freedom Life family. Text Ricky. Ricky can hook you up, but I believe it is January 9th, 2025. Zoom morning session in the Circle Access. All right, you can write that down and confirm with Ricky. January 9th, 2025, morning session in Circle. If you are in our coaching family, you have access to that training. And that is when I do a whole 4-hour training on Dispo, how to sell the darn things and answer your questions. All right. So if you've got a house coming on market, go look that up. And if you say, but it's not the 9th, ask Ricky. He'll give you the actual date. I'm going from memory. All right.
Love it.
We are now. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Ask Ricky. Hashtag Ask Ricky.
Ask Ricky. By the way, shout out to the team. I know I see Mercedes on here, Ricky, Paul, Aaron, Amanda, Anya's in here keeping all my notes up to date and posting in the comments. I just appreciate my team so much. And you guys are what make all of this possible. And for all of you who are showing up, submitting leads, listening, connecting, having fun, thank you for being here.
Phone and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Andrew. This is Brad on Tinker Hill Road. Answer your phone, Brad.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
All right, this is Christopher Unlimited's lead. This is a portfolio of houses. We love portfolios. And then Joe and Judas leads, and then Lynette's. And then we wrap up today. By the way, Joe, I called Kelly, but I haven't been able to reach him yet. For those of you who just logged in, I posted up right before going live here a lead magnet, and this is, type it in the chat, CTG, Creative Transaction Genius. This doesn't just go for buying houses, which we mostly talk about on here, I know. This goes for selling houses. And what happens when you start selling these things is it's just as important to be a CTG to sell the darn thing as it is to buy the darn thing. And so when you're selling them,
Hello?
hey, it's Andrew calling you back on the Green Gate house. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am wonderful. This is Mr. James, right?
Right.
Awesome. So I'm understanding that you're looking to sell the Greengate house. How much are you asking for that, brother?
250.
250. Okay. And how is there anything I got to do to the house, or is it in good shape?
Appraised value is 274.
Mm-hmm. Does it need any work?
Do what?
Does it need any work?
It's like brand new.
It's like brand new.
It's 1 year. It's 1 year old, and I lived in it. I'm 97 years old, and I moved out because I'm going to a retirement facility.
Well, it's about retirement time then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome, brother. I have to ask you before I get on with questions about the house. What's the secret to making it almost to 100?
I beg your pardon?
What's the secret to living to 100?
The real secret is the Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the best answer I've ever heard. Thanks for sharing that, man. How long have you known the Lord?
About 85 years.
Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
It has blessed me immensely over the years.
I love to hear that. And you've seen a lot of changes over the last few decades, haven't you?
Man, I've seen so many changes you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. Wow. What a cool thing. So you were born in 30
1928.
28. I was doing that math. My grandpa was born in.
I'm almost 98 years old.
Wow. My grandpa was born in 1914 and my grandma was born in 1923. So
1923. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, on this house, would you be willing, if we agreed on price, would you be willing to do owner financing?
No, I can't do that because at my age, I'd never live to get it all.
Well, you never know, Moses started the ministry at 80, so you may have another good 40 years.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's it. Well, fair enough. So I definitely, man, I want to buy the house because I like you now, but I'd be needing to do it with some owner financing to make it work. Because my cash price, I'd be looking for a bigger discount. Do you need any help if I either brought a buyer or could hook you up with a realtor or anything? I'm not a realtor. Or you just want to keep this thing on the open market and see what offers you pull?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Well, fair enough, brother. It's sure a pleasure talking to you, and we'll call you back in a couple weeks and just see if anything is updated, okay?
Okay.
Good talking to you, brother. Have a good one.
You too.
And bye for now. What a cool guy. I like that guy. That's a guy to get a lot of wisdom from right there. 1929 model. They don't make them like that no more. All right. This is Joe and Judas lead. By the way, that lead, Joe and Judith, it's in Texas. Where in the heck is Boyd, Texas? Boyd, Texas. If we have anybody near there, that would be the type of deal that you could, if somebody wanted to, northwest of Fort Worth. Cool. If you ever wanted to, you could probably go meet the gentleman and I genuinely make yourself a, say, $20,000 profit helping him because it appraised for $275. Assuming the area supports it. I'm throwing this out there for somebody who's close. I genuinely, there's not really a great answer for this one, but he'd be the perfect type of fit who you could help by contracting it at $250 and explaining to him what you're doing, putting it up for $270, $275, finding a retail buyer, just hotel it. Find a retail traditional financing buyer for $275 for appraised value and pocket the 20 or 25 difference for putting the deal together. Very, very realistic deal. I just helped Stephen Reed do a deal just like that in Illinois. And so potential there, but again, being virtual, being, the situation that it is, probably wouldn't be anybody's great use of time unless you're local and could go do it in person. All right. Now we're calling Joe and Judith's lead on Blocker Street. All right. What's a takeaway or a highlight of today's deal room been for you? Type it in the chat. I want to see some highlights. I want to see what is most important to you guys. All right.
And reason for calling. I'll see if this person is available.
Andrew, Blocker Street. I like that. Jesus is the secret to living to 100. I like that. Stay relaxed when calling. Yes. Make ridiculous offers. That's good. I like that, Angela. Angela's got a good synopsis going there. Let's see. Come on, Tina. Answer your darn phone. All right, now we're calling Beverly on Hague Mill Road. 2 homes. Owner said they can split. It's from Facebook Marketplace. Lynette, this is your lead. We have some really cool tech updates, by the way. Let's see.
Hello?
Hey, it's Andrew calling you back on the house that you're looking to sell. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. I was looking here. I think you talked to my partner, Lynette. Yeah. What can you tell me about these houses, Beverly?
Everything.
Yeah. Do they need a lot of work?
They don't.
Okay.
Neither one of them.
What are you asking for the both of them combined?
It's $349, and there's 1.35 acres, and there's enough property on the front and the back, meaning it goes to another road. Did she not send you the pictures or the link?
I think
That shows that, because it should show the way the property lays. It's in a rectangle.
Oh.
It's Egg Mill Road is in the front part of the houses, and Lee Joan Road is in the back part of the houses. And there's enough. I've already got with our local person like over a year ago, and as long as there's 100 foot of road frontage, you can separate the houses. And I already had one guy, he owns a real estate company. He come out, he's thinking about buying them. He said that he would separate it. If he bought them, he would separate them and just sell them separate. And I told him I didn't care what he did with them. But anyway, he said that he's already checked it out and there's enough road for it. I think there's 105 and 110 or 100 and something. Each one of them was over 100.
The debt?
Foot of road frontage on both sides.
Got you.
There's 100 and something on the front, 100 and something on the back.
How much is the debt on these properties?
Why do you? I don't understand what you and Lynette is the only ones that's asked that question.
Yeah, good question. So if we buy them, we'll buy them one of 2 ways. Either we pay cash and fix and flip them, but when we do that, we offer less money. Or if there's a debt on them, especially if it's 2020 rates, you got 3 or 4% interest debt. We typically pay more money and then take that debt over and pay you out on top.
Okay, I owe about $98,000 on.
Got it. About 98.
And I can tell you that my interest rate is 8.5.
Oh, wow.
Or it's either 8.5 or 8. Yeah, because I've had it a while. Yeah.
Okay. What's your
So,
payment?
but I think it's almost 1,200. It's like 1166, 1167, something like that.
Okay.
But see, if I keep them and decide just to re-rent them, then I'm going to refinance it because my commercial rate right now is 6.75%.
Yeah. Okay. If we was to buy them, so they're not rented right now, right?
No, I made them move.
Fair
Both
enough.
of them moved so I could go in and fix everything that needed to be fixed because I told them I was going to sell them. And one of the renters moved into one of my other houses, and then the other one went somewhere else. So,
Okay. If we was to buy them, paying the closing costs, of course, we're not realtors, so there's no commissions or fees. So you
Right.
went over that 98. What's the least you would take on the total price?
on the total, like if y'all were just to buy them, at
buy
the
'em
very
and-
least,
Yeah.
do whatever you want to with them. Honestly, it's me and my husband. We've discussed it, and it would be $325.
So if we bought them, we're gonna be 25.
Yep.
And there are 2 deeds, right?
No, there's one. That's why I said they're on the same property.
Understood. Okay.
It's 1.35 acres, but there's enough property there.
To split.
Yes, to split the houses to sell them separate.
Okay. And how is Dalton on doing that? Is it quite a process to go through, or are they pretty
The guy that actually, the only reason I know all about this is the guy bought some property close to us, which was 3 properties, and we were going to buy it, but they told us that they already had a contingency offer. And he's the guy that told me about all this because they actually put it in, and within 30 days, they had the property split up.
Okay.
And
cool.
he's actually fixing up these properties over here, and then he's selling them separate.
Cool.
That's what he's doing. Yeah.
And then
He's his own little people, but whatever.
cool.
Go ahead.
If we just doing math in my head, 225, 90. If we was to buy it, take over, and then do 325 purchase, that means you get about 227. Would you be open to us buying it, taking it over, starting to cover the monthly payments? You be free and can move on, and then we pay you out your 227,000 when we resell it.
Okay, explain that again.
Yeah, it's a real common way that we do it. Normally what we would do is we would agree on a price now, close with our real estate attorney. Let's say 325 is what we agreed on. Of course, we'll want to see it before we close on it. And then our attorney draws up all the paperwork, and me and my partner Lynette would be responsible for maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance. You're free and can move on, can forget about the property. And then our whole intent is to resell it down the line, at which point we would pay you off in full. So it's a way that you net more money over time, and then it gives us the ability to, not have to write a big check out looking for a certain return, so we don't need bigger discounts.
Okay. I guess maybe I'm just a country girl, but I'm just going to repeat it back the way I think you said it.
Perfect. And I'm just a country boy, so we'll get along.
You're saying that you want to pay off the loan, which is about $98,000, and you don't want to pay me anything for it until you end up selling it.
So we would buy it now. We would close with our real estate attorney. So all the documents are in place, and you're basically in the position of a bank. We start covering the underlying debt. So the debt that's on it stays there. We now are responsible for the maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance, and the payments, all drawn up by our attorney, shown legally. And then we now own the property, and you basically have $227,000 in the bank, as a lien on the property. and then we're responsible for making the payments, caring for the property, doing everything. You're free and can move on. And then when we resell the property down the line is when we pay off that $98,000 debt and pay you off your $227,000 cash.
Nothing in upfront until you sell it, is what you're saying.
Correct. Normally we would buy, yeah. Yeah, normally you would get paid when we resell it since we're paying retail.
Not really full retail, but by no means. But I don't know that my husband would even go for that, or even if I want to do that, because I can do that myself.
Okay.
No offense. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
About 6 weeks, I guess.
Yeah. What caused you to move them out?
Because I have debt that I'm looking to pay off. I
Okay.
have 15 rentals.
Okay. You want to sell more of them?
Probably.
Okay. All right.
I can sell them.
Well, fair enough. Well, why don't we do this then? Because we're looking to buy quite a few more here in the first quarter of the year. We would buy them as is potentially, so you might not have to finish them. Do you have a list of all of the 15 that you want to sell? I don't know if you want to sell them all, but
The ones closest to where I live.
okay.
We sell the other ones, but far as, like I said, just letting y'all, because see, I can re-rent them and make $2,800 a month.
Right. But, and of course, as you know, well, sort of be done, right? But you're responsible for maintenance, repairs, and taxes and insurance. But yeah. So there's two ways we can go. We can, number one, look at the whole list and discuss what that would look like and start talking numbers on all of them you want to sell. Or we can nail down number, let's just say we did buy these two for 325 and you and your husband said, hey, we will do the way you're talking about, but we need a little bit of money up front for whatever specific thing, pay off some debt. Like, what's the least you would take up front and the rest later?
But see, also, I would be stuck in limbo because, y'all could go. I'm not saying that it would happen because there's too many people trying to get me to separate them to sell them one house each. And I've got people in line begging me to rent them. So.
Well, shoot, sounds like you just got too many options.
I want some kind of time frame. I don't. If I decided to do this, I wouldn't want something.
What kind of time frame would you want?
I have to think about that too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just don't know.
How many properties would you be looking to sell of the 15 if we worked out the details?
2 more. So.
Okay.
Well, I'm counting that one property as 2 because I count by doors.
Yeah.
And so that's 2. And then see, I have a duplex also. And then I have a quadplex. So. Okay. And I may look at possibly, but I'm not sure. So.
Okay. Well, let's do this then. When we hang up, can you post?
We're looking at also selling the duplex.
Okay.
We've talked about that. We talked about selling the 2, like I said, on Hag Mill Road, which is off Cleveland Highway, which is a main road for us, here where I live. It's a 4-lane road.
So would it be better? So two things. Let's send Lynette all the other properties you want to sell, and then let's have a follow-up connect. And Lynette, when would you like us to connect with you or you and your husband? Is Saturday better or next Wednesday?
Yeah, he lets me deal with everything on that. It's just that whenever I still run things by him, just like he runs things by me. But Saturday is a no-go. We own a gun and pawn shop also. So Saturday, and he works there as well. My son's in Hawaii right now, so and he won't be back until Sunday night. So he'll have to stay. My husband will have to stay at the shop, so I'm getting that.
Cool. All right. I'll let Lynette know to expect that stuff from you, and then she'll call you sometime early next week. Cool? Okay, good talking to you. Thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye for now, Beverly. All right. Way to go, Lynette. Keep the leads a-coming. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys with this. I want for each of you to set yourself a certain goal. By the way, if you're not already done it, make sure you registered for the 4-day challenge, brand new challenge next week. I congratulate you for being here. And some weeks, like last week, we was closing and negotiating deals right and left. Some weeks it's building the pipeline. And I do this live because I want you to understand that's how every day is for you closing deals. Some days it's like everybody cusses you out. And some days everybody's your friend and nobody wants to sell you the house. And some days you negotiate and contract 2 or 3 in a day and it feels good. So just understand, build that momentum, build the pipeline, be consistent, set your MIDAS. Type it in the chat, MIDAS, your most important daily action steps. Set your MIDAS, be intentional, know where the heck you're headed, and be clear about how to get there. Ask yourself, am I having the calls I need to have in order to get the result I need to get? So set your most important daily action steps, stick with them, and watch what happens in the first quarter of 2026. All right, we are revamping this. We are upgrading the tech. We have more cameras that have showed up and more cool stuff that are happening, so you can watch my doodling on the paperwork and all sorts of cool things that are coming together here. Stephanie, our incredible executive producer, give it up for Stephanie in the chats, is the crushing it on behind the scenes, making this look incredible. And we're going to keep improving. She's teaching me more about this every single week. And so 2026 over this January is going to build some incredible momentum. We have lots of surprises coming up for you guys. Lots of things on the board to get you guys more deals and mo money. All right. Go make some magic happen. Crush the day. Be blessed. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you between now and then and next week, same place, same time.